Okay, my name is Jennifer Jackson and I'm an ag science teacher at Van Alstyne High School. The biggest takeaway that I got from LEAD was just seeing everything that goes on behind the scenes and actually where that money is used. I always knew that it went to scholarships, but there's so much more that the foundation does, and it was really cool to see that, and to also see that there's so many industry professionals that don't even have a background in FFA that are willing to let us come in and tour, and they're still willing to support the FFA. I think that's incredible.
My name is Luis Flores III. I'm with CHORIZO de San Manuel. We're a family-owned business. I'm sorry y'all didn't get to come visit us this year. We're really glad to have you every year. Tacos would have been ready for you all. I know that it's always enjoyable to have you all here. We are a family-owned business, and we have been in business for over 40 years. As you all have been here before, but some of you that haven't, we do 100% natural chorizo. The chorizo that we do is all Boston butt, which is all the pork roast. We grind all our spices fresh every day. We get everything whole. And we are a 100% natural product. And the reason that I say we're 100% natural product, because there really isn't very many chorizos out there that are. All our spices are whole. Our vinegar is fermented bacterially, or not chemically, which that's how we become 100% natural. We've been challenged on the 100% natural claim, but we've always been able to prove that we are 100% natural. And any product that we make here daily, it doesn't last here in our plant more than 3 days. It's when we make it, it's to the distributor and to the store in no less than 3 to 4 days. Our chorizo has a 60-day shelf life. It lasts longer than that, but that's a shelf life that we put at the store level, and it's always fresh, and it's always we never have returns. We never have anything like that, because we always try to keep as fresh as possible on the shelf, and also to our consumers. We also do another chorizo, which is our beef chorizo. That's the same formula, but just beef. We do a chorizo San Luis, which is a chorizo that we're doing we're out in the market, and there's a lot of products out there that are being made now. And some of these products are, they have lymph nodes, they have cereal, they have all these kind of products to cheapen the product, to be able to be more inexpensive for the consumer, which we understand. So we try to do something to make a chorizo to compete with them, and we just couldn't do it, because we tasted all this lymph nodes, salivary glands, all that in there just didn't make any sense to us. So we still use an all meat product, which is also Boston butt, but we add Joel's, and we came up with a chorizo product, Chorizo San Luis, and it's also 100% natural. The only difference in it is it's got a cellulose casing instead of a natural casing like our other products, but that's because the package is different and it makes it more inexpensive, but the product inside is just as good. It's a little bit greasier, but because our Chorizo San Manuel is really lean, but we've had really good success with it. We do a chicken chorizo that we started doing for the school districts and for some of the more healthier conscious consumers, and it's 100% natural also, and we've done very well with that. We also do a sausage. We do a cilantro sausage, which is a smoked sausage, and we do a jalapeno cheese cilantro smoked sausage. And those are more for barbecue, but those are really good too. We've kind of expanded on some of our markets, but our number one product is our Chorizo de San Manuel pork chorizo. That's the one that we started with, and that's the one that's always done so well for us. And everything we do is 100% natural. The only ones that aren't, of course, are the sausages, because when you smoke the sausages, it changes 100% natural from what it is on the regular raw product. But like I say, we've been in business over 40 years. We have also started a meat products here in the local area for us. We do a marinated fajita, we do aged steaks, We've been doing that for a while for the local restaurants and local consumers, and we ship a lot online. This online business has really done really well for us. A lot of our beef products have really done really well online, as far as, and as with also as our pork products. You know, going back to the history of the chorizo started probably, we've been in business over 40 years, and before then there was a grocery store down here in San Manuel. It was called Guerra's Grocery Store, and there was 4 brothers that ran the store. And as time evolved, those 4 brothers ended up getting their own jobs, and there was one brother that stayed. His name was Adolfo Guerra, and that gentleman there, they do chorizo, and they do chorizo by, you know, they'd have to slaughter hogs and they'd have to slaughter beef, and they do it for the farmers and ranchers out here when they go to their local, buy their local groceries there, because this was the only place for a lot of the ranch workers to buy their groceries. Well, they'd make chorizo with the byproducts. Well, that chorizo is what this chorizo San Manuel is. Back in the late 60s, early 70s, my father would work. He was from the community. He grew up here. His name was Luis Flores Jr. My mother was Vicky Rutledge, which she is now Ricky Rutledge Flores, and she was from the community. They moved to McAllen because that's where people had to move to, somewhere in town, just to get jobs, because there wasn't any jobs out here. But on the weekends, he started coming and working at the grocery store, and started, you know, he'd help out and everything. Well, as time progressed, this gentleman got older and he wanted to sell the store. So he sold his half of the store, and then eventually my dad bought the other half of the store. And as they were there, my uncle came in with my dad and started, hey, you should do this, you should, you know, this idea of selling the chorizo. So they started going out there and taking the chorizo to restaurants and to grocery stores. They went and bought an old Hygia truck, plugged it in, and they'd go and they'd sell you by the pound, whatever you needed. And as time progressed, the chorizo started growing, and that's how we got started. And we finally went state inspected, in that we built a little building to be state inspected. And then in 1989, we went ahead and went, in 1985, I'm sorry, we went ahead and went federally inspected. And then in 2005, we built another plant, which is where we're at right now. And we're still federally inspected, but we had to build another plant due to the growth. We make about anywhere from 25 to 30,000 pounds a day of chorizo here. And that's just besides our sausage products. We've been very fortunate, and we're, you know, to have grown in employment here in the community and employ a lot of our community members here, which I think has helped the community grow. We have the school and we have us, and it keeps a lot of the community going. But also, you know, they've been very fortunate, like family to us. They worked for us for so long, and we, you know, we're family, they're family, all our employees, everybody that comes here, we, you know, we treat everybody just like family, and it's a small community, but we're able to get this product out all over the state of Texas and outside of Texas. We deliver to Walmart. We've done real well in New Mexico, Oklahoma. We're trying to get it to other parts of the country, but it's just, the shelf life is what hurts us. When we have a 60-day shelf life and you want to get the product from here to California, you know, it takes you a week and a half to get it there, so your shelf life is shorter. So one avenue they wanted to do was, hey, a lot of the grocery stores said, let's sell it in the frozen section. Well, we really don't want to do that. So we're trying to find other avenues to get it there quicker so we can start that. But that's one of the challenges that we have, that we are trying to overcome to get our product out in the market. You know, a lot of other challenges that we have is, you know, right now this COVID deal that's going on. You know, the meat prices are sky high. It's hard to get meat. I feel for the farmers that are having, you know, trouble getting their animals that are ready for slaughter to these meat processing plants, and we can't get anything, and it's just a challenge to get meat in to keep our product going. And we've had times where we've had to, you know, hey, we're not going to work for 2 or 3 days till we get this fresh product in, because like I say, we get all our meat in fresh. We don't get a lot of frozen meat in. So it's really hard. The beef sales also, I mean, they've doubled, tripled in price, even though the cattle market on the scale is down, you know. The sales, the retail sales are just sky high for people. And I don't know how people are doing it right now. It's very hard. But it's a challenge, and I think if we can get past the next month and a half or two, maybe 3, I think it's gotten better already. And I think that anybody can hold out that long, I think we'll be good. I just another challenge that we've had here in our business is we're federally inspected, and we have an inspector here every day. You know, they're challenged also as far as, hey, you can only work so many hours a day. You know, with this incident going on, they had employees that they were short employees. You know, so with us, it's been a challenge on just being able to process, because our inspectors aren't working their whole 8-hour day sometimes. But God's good, and we've been able to process, so everything's going great for us, and we just keep trying to produce a product that we produce for you all as best we can. But we really miss you all have not coming out here. We always enjoy it, but hopefully this will be over, and maybe next year we'll be happy to have you all here with us, and we'll make sure and have everything ready for you all. But I thank you, agriculture science teachers, for everything you do for our youth and for us, and we hope to see you next year.
Watching the teachers come together and learn and realize that just like convention brings students together and the teachers conference brings teachers together, the LEAD program brings teachers together on a deeper level, like a state officer team or maybe the ambassador program. They're able to learn in depth what they do, how they do it, and I think that camaraderie is one of the best things about the LEAD program. Of course, in this video format, it's a little bit harder to do that, but we have the opportunity of technology to close those gaps and be able to reach out to people online and get advice from them. And even though you're not able to see them in person, you can still get that benefit out of the LEAD program. The LEAD program educates teachers about FFA and the foundation and how that support system works for them, and they're able to take that back to their students and educate their students about how the support system works, where they can get resources from, how to best use resources that are available to them, and in turn it creates a better experience for the students. It creates a learning opportunity for the teachers, professional development for the teachers as well, and it also creates camaraderie amongst the teachers. They're able to meet teachers throughout the state of Texas. Maybe they're down the road, or maybe they're all the way across the state, and they're able to learn how they're doing things at their school. Is it different? Is it the same? And should they be doing things that are similar or different to them?
Hi, my name's Kathy Beck. I am a realtor in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. I'm also a past state officer for the Texas FFA, and this year will be my 3rd year to serve on a host committee for the FFA convention. This year, I am vice chair of the Dallas FFA host committee, and our function is to solicit sponsorships from corporate America to help put on the convention. Most people don't really understand exactly what has to happen for this convention to be pulled off. And the thing I like most about serving on the host committee is that I get to work with industry professionals from every background you can imagine. And these are leaders in our community who are passionate about giving back to the FFA and supporting young people in their endeavors. Thank you, Texas agriculture science teachers, for doing what you do. I just want to let you know today that I graduated from high school 37 years ago. That's a long time. And honestly, I can't tell you who my math teachers were, who my English teachers were, but I can certainly tell you every ag teacher I ever worked with. That's what this is about, and what you do matters. So thank you for making it matter for a very long time.
So good morning to you. And obviously, normal circumstances, we'd be sitting here together. But first of all, on behalf of my wife Diane and I, we want to say we're sorry that you're not able to be here, but I'm very proud to be able to talk to you today and very appreciative of who you are and what you do as Texas FFA Ag Teachers Advisors. I'm always looking, I always challenge people to be a lifelong learner, and I'm always looking to see how things relate to things of interest. I want to give you an example of how things just happen for a reason. This morning, as I was here thinking about the day and the opportunity to talk to you all, that would be the 36 teachers that would be on the lead experience, and then all those other ones, the opportunity that you have to see and understand what the lead experience is. I turned on the music channel, tired of looking at all the news and everything going on today, and I flipped over to the country oldie station. The song that was on there was Ronnie Millsap, "What a Difference You've Made in My Life." And I thought immediately about the ag teachers that I was going to be speaking to today, just because I know the difference that you all have made and continue to make in many of your students' lives. I think it was very appropriate, and it made me feel like today was going to be a good day. I'm Mitchell Dale, and I'm very honored and proud to serve as the chairman of the Texas FFA Foundation Board. I've very much enjoyed the opportunity to be involved with the board over the last number of years, and it's been very rewarding to me to, first of all, get to know all the other board members and all the activities that are part of the Texas Team Ag Ed.
So I'm Jacob Snyder. I'm here on behalf of Ag Workers Insurance. I've been with Ag Workers going on 4 years now. It's our pleasure to be a sponsor here for the Texas FFA. It is unfortunate times that we are in, and sorry that we don't get to meet in person, but we're glad that we have this avenue to meet virtually with you all. We hope that everything gets back together normal soon so that we can all be back together in person again. And on behalf of Ag Workers, we would like to thank all of the Texas agricultural science teachers for all that they do for the students, especially during this difficult time. We just want to thank you all from the bottom of our hearts.
Okay, my name is Lacey Harbor. I teach at Denton Ryan in Denton ISD. One of the favorite things about my lead tour was getting to see and meet the actual sponsors and just see how much they love Texas FFA and how much they support us as ag teachers and our students as FFA members, and how much they're willing to do and give to not only us but our kids as well. All right, some words of encouragement that I would give to my fellow ag teachers is, don't forget that you have plenty of resources and plenty of people that are willing to help you and help your students whenever you need it.
Hello everyone, my name is Raquel Gotch and I am CEO of the Cowboy Channel and part of the RFD-TV family. About 20 years ago, RFD-TV started by my father, and today we are rocking and rolling with a new place here in the Fort Worth Stockyards. So one thing I'd really like to invite you guys to do as ag teachers and with your students is come see us here in the Fort Worth Stockyards. We have 365 soft seat theater, brand new, the old auction barn that we've completely remodeled for a great location for us to show students how to produce television. So anytime you're in our neck of the woods, come on by and we'd love to show you around and show you how to produce TV. A special shout out to you teachers. You guys are the heartbeat of agriculture here in Texas. We're so proud to be a part of you. We're here to support you, and anything that we can do to help make your life easier, please reach out to us. We're very thankful for everything that you do. So thank you so much. Oh, and by the way, we are absolutely looking forward to seeing y'all next year here in our hometown, Fort Worth, Texas. So come on by, let us show you around, and we'll give you a great honky-tonk time.
Hi, Hi, I'm Shana McQuistion. I am the lead ag teacher for Denton ISD, and my favorite experience with the lead was stopping at La Muñeca down in South Texas, because that was my tour, and I have never experienced South Texas like that, and it was by far the coolest thing that I've ever done in my 11 years of teaching ag.
Yeah, I think last year we had 48 teachers here on lead. They had got to go to the state capitol to see how laws are enacted on the agriculture front. They got to see ranches. They got to see wildlife ranches. They got to go to meat processing facilities. So they got to see a lot of aspects that they normally wouldn't see in their particular areas. And they got to see how vast agriculture here is in Texas. For instance, they got to go to the valley and see how the citrus is grown down there, where in the panhandle they would have never thought citrus even was a big commodity here in Texas. So I think that opened their eyes as to how much agriculture is important here in the state of Texas. Yeah, on behalf of myself and Ducks Unlimited, we would like to say a huge thank you to all the ag teachers. Their influence they have on the kids today is going to carry on for many, many years. And I think a lot of them, y'all don't really understand what an influence you do have on these kids, because y'all are training the leaders for tomorrow that will feed the world tomorrow and for generations to come. So on behalf of Ducks Unlimited, thank you for everything you do.